I'd like to thank everybody out to the Lake Dallas Independent School District Board of Trustees meeting for May 19th, 2025. All members are present. We do have a quorum established. We'd like to start with a moment of silence, so if you'd please join the board in that. Okay, thank you very much. Now we'll have our pledges of allegiance, and those will be led by the high school VASE students. If y'all go ahead and come on up to the front. Thank you for that. Our next item, and we have several sub-items under this, but we're going to have our student and staff recognitions, the first of which is the Falcon Friends Track Meet. And we'll be hearing from Mr. John Kennedy, our adapted PE teacher. How you doing? Good. Good. We're glad you're here.
total of about 240 overall students participated in. And the thing most that I love about this track meet is
All right. Yes.
where's Slade go? Noah, you want to come up here? He's okay. Okay. That's fine. Parents, you'll have your opportunity to take pictures. Christina's gonna get hers, and then you guys will.
All right, our next recognition is going to be our TAEA Youth Art Month exhibition, and we'll hear from Jeanette Murray, our high school art teacher, who is going to have an office here in Central before too long.
Oh, now you can hear me. Thanks. Sophia wasn't able to make the last board meeting, but we've had an update about her accomplishments since then. So just to go back and revisit, so March was National Youth Art Month, and Texas is, of course, a leader in the Youth Art Month celebrations. TAEA, which is our state organization, sponsors a number of different programs celebrating art during the month of March. So we do Big Art Day, we do the Spring Exhibition, we do the Tasby Spring Show, and so many other things. We really try to do as many events as possible. But Sophia's a freshman, and she had her artwork entitled As I See Myself, accepted into the Texas Art Education Association's Youth Art Month exhibition at the Bullock State Museum. The exhibition showcases pre-K through 12th grade student works all across the state of Texas. And just over 100 pieces were accepted statewide, so huge accomplishment to be accepted into the show. So there was a ceremony held on March 9th in Austin that Sophia was a part of to recognize all the participants. Oops, sorry. Here's Sophia's work and her posing with her piece too at the state exhibition. And it is still on view. If you would like to go visit that website, you can see not only her work, but lots of other student pieces as well. But even more exciting now, because of this, the Murray Media actually reached out to her family, and they published an article about Sophia and her work. She talked about her inspirations and her processes and things like that, and they had a 2-page layout, so that was super exciting. So if you guys got the April issue, Sophia's in there. So congratulations, Sophia. And I think I'm also next, so I'll just stay here.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess we're going to hear about the Lake Dallas High School Vase State Medalist. Is that right?
Okay, and last time I was here, we had 3 student state qualifiers. So we just participated in the state visual arts scholastic event, which is a UIL equivalent art competition. So it was held April 26th in San Marcos. We had Amelia Benyaga, Elena Blake, and Joanna M. all participate in that. So statewide, there were 32,000 student works that were entered into just the regional competitions. And then 2,359 of those works advanced to the state level. So just a teeny tiny little percentage. So just to get to the state level is incredible. And at the state level, they are juried again. So at that time, Elena, who couldn't be here tonight, and Joanna again received superior ratings on their works of art and came home as state medalists. So they won. Yay. And because of their awards, that brings us to 24 years of competing at the state level and bringing home at least one state award home every single year that we've been doing this. So I'm super proud of all of our kids and all their hard work. They're just absolutely amazing. And there's Joanna and Elena. They did these amazing pieces where we were studying Prismacolor and positive and negative spaces. So I really pushed them, and I think they might have hated me a little bit during this process. But their pieces came out absolutely incredible. I mean, and you're state winners, so they pushed, and I pushed, and they pushed back. But they did some amazing work, and we're so proud of them. Yeah, good job. Thank you again for having us tonight.
Okay, our next presentation and recognition is Lake Dallas Middle School Junior Vase Medalist, and this is Jessica Reisenhoover, our Lake Dallas Middle School art teacher. Hey.
My art students, y'all can come up here. Okay. Awesome. All right. And y'all can face the board. Yeah, y'all can face them. Okay. Awesome. Good evening to our school board, Dr. Brown, and the members of our Lake Dallas ISD community. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to recognize our artists and these Falcons who competed in the Junior Visual Arts Scholastic event, Junior Vase for short, because it's a mouthful. This is the middle school level version of what Ms. Murray was just talking about for high school vase. And our students have the opportunity to do a similar competition, practice kind of what they will be doing at the high school level, and earn lots of awards for their artwork. So Junior Vase seeks to recognize exemplary student creativity and achievement in the visual arts. Students are provided an opportunity to talk with members of the art community about their work and to receive feedback from someone other than us who are looking at it all day long. It's a really valuable experience for them because they get to show off their skills among the best students in the middle school level in our state. And this contest specifically focuses on creativity, originality, and then artistic merit. This year, we had 49 students with 60 entries at the event, which is a huge amount of students entering, and it is actually the most entries we've ever had from our middle school. Right. So for this competition, students have to do a lot of work. There's a lot of prep that goes into it. They have to create their actual artwork, but then they have to submit all of their planning sketches and process. They also have to fill out a student intent form explaining how and why they created their work. And this is all before the event. When they actually get to the event, they get to go into a room with a judge and talk about their artwork and have an interview. The artwork and the interview come together to one score, and they get a rating of 1 to 4, with 4 being the best or superior. Of the 60 entries that we had, 55 of our student artworks received a 4 rating and got a medal, which is an incredible amount of students to come home as medalists from our event. The other part of the event is after all of the artworks are scored and we know who has a 4 and not, they actually put the students against each other, and they lay out all the artworks that got the superior rating, and those are judged again blindly. The top 10% of the event receive an additional honor called a platinum honor, and these students who are here, as well as a few who couldn't make it tonight, are 8 students from LDMS who received that platinum honor. Yes. So these students placed in the top 10% of the event, and Lake Dallas Middle School actually took home over 10% of the total platinum honors awarded at the whole event this year. So we wanted to share with you these students and their artworks. So the first one is Natalie Callan, and this is her artwork. Teddy could not be with us tonight, I don't think. I haven't seen her. But Teddy Dunkai also received a platinum medal. Claire Kennedy received a platinum medal for her photography entry. Adelaide Lee received a platinum medal for her crocheted tapestry piece. Unless I missed Ellie somewhere, Elizabeth Rivero did this digital artwork that received a platinum medal. Olive Thompson did this amazing sculpture that received a platinum medal at the event. Another digital artwork by Maribel Valencia received a platinum medal at the event. And one more digital artwork by Hayden Wade received a platinum medal at the event. So we are so proud of these students and for putting their artwork out there and attending the event. And we're super happy to have so many medalists and so many platinum medalists. So congrats, guys.
Good job, y'all. That's some awesome artwork. All right, our next recognition will be Lake Dallas Middle School Stucco Award of Excellence, and we're going to hear from John Fabro, our middle school Stucco advisor, teacher, sponsor, guru.
Good evening, guys. Good evening, Dr. Brown, Lake Dallas School Board, and members of the Lake Dallas ISD community. I wanted to thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to share about our honors and our awards that we've received this last school year. I wanted to talk about 3 major awards that we've received this year. The National Gold Council of Excellence, the Texas Association of Outstanding Student Council Award, and then the Texas Association of Student Council Sweepstakes Award. I'm so very proud of our amazing leaders. I'd like to introduce to you some of our key leaders this year that have made it successful. Isaac Birdseye, he's our president. Kinley Strong is our NJHS president. Braxton Smith is our Stucco parliamentarian. Eva Norwood is our Stucco vice president. And Lexi Matsakis is our Stucco secretary. These amazing leaders have demonstrated outstanding leadership for their council to achieve these awards. So we're going to start with the National Gold Council of Excellence and what that means and what that means for the district and what that means for us. The Council of Excellence Award was created to recognize student councils across the United States that maintain strong year-round programs and work to improve their schools and their communities through leadership activities. These guys do a ton of things. You see them all over town, all over the place. The LDMS Student Council has received the Gold Council of Excellence Award for the past 3 years. Only 250 middle schools received that award this year in the United States, so that's pretty impressive. I'm really proud of these guys. This year, our Student Council was also awarded the Outstanding Student Council Award from the Texas Association of Student Councils as well as sweepstakes making this the 10th year that Lake Dallas has had this award. 10th year in a row for both. These young leaders are so busy all year long. In fact, they're already working on some various community volunteer projects that we have over the summer, along with preparing our back to school fair in August for all of our Falcons. These guys kind of keep me busy. The projects that they work on all year, many community service partners they work with and projects. We reported to the state over 2,500 hours of community volunteer hours just this semester. We run our annual canned food drive with our NJHS. Red Ribbon Week is part of our thing we do. We have our Adopt a Spot, Homecoming, and then just a lot more things. I'm just so very honored and proud to have had the opportunity to work with these amazing leaders over the years. These students truly make a difference in our schools and community and have lots of great things in store for their future. So I'd like for us to give one more round of applause for these great leaders.
All right, y'all hang around for a picture afterwards. We're getting close. Sorta. All right, our next recognition is Lake Dallas High School Falcon Band State Solo and Ensemble Qualifiers. We'll hear from our band director, Denise Kennedy. There she is. She was hiding.
Okay, if we could wait like just a second and let this posse file in.
Take your time, but please hurry. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. All right, double time, let's go.
Did you bring the whole band? Pretty much?
No,
No?
no, about a third of them. This is what happens when you breed success at Lake Dallas High School.
Hey, this is a good problem to have, right?
Yes, sir. Just come up this way? Okay, all right.
Yeah, just
Okay,
come up here and
guys, just go
face
ahead.
the crowd.
Face the crowd. Okay, this won't be awkward at all.
Not even a little bit.
All right, file across. File across. Let's go deep. Shh. Okay, if we could get a couple more across the back, please. Excellent.
We're still back here. Please carry on.
Okay. All right, I think we're ready.
Go for it.
All right. Good evening. My name's Denise Kennedy, and I am the Director of Bands for Lake Dallas High School. And I just want to say good evening to the school board and to Dr. Brown. Thank you very much for inviting us here this evening. Slide. Who am I talking to? Okay, fantastic. On Saturday, February 22nd, many months ago, the members of the Falcon Band program participated in the Region 2 UIL Solo and Ensemble Contest at Billy Ryan High School. We had 60 students who competed in solo events and 9 ensemble events. The solo events are individual performance events. The students prepared a solo, what's considered a Class 1 solo, which is a college-level repertoire, and then they performed it with an accompanist. Next slide. So of those who participated, 40 of those solos received superior ratings, and 6 of those solos received an excellent rating. Additionally, 8 ensembles comprised of 31 students, all who also performed a solo, received a superior rating for their performance. 24 of those solos performed at such a high level that they qualified to compete at the Texas State Solo and Ensemble Contest in Austin, and will actually be making their way south on Friday for the performance on Saturday the 24th. In order to qualify for this honor, a soloist must perform the college level Solo, it has to be performed memorized and receive a superior rating from the adjudicator. Additionally, 8 ensembles, as I said, comprised of 31 students, also receive superior ratings for their performance. Ensembles are not required to be memorized, but must also play college-level literature. So simply because they received a superior rating, they qualified for the state solo and ensemble contest. As a result, 38 different students will travel to Austin to represent Lake Dallas High School, Lake Dallas ISD, and the Lake Cities community at the UIL Texas State Solo and Ensemble event. These students are as follows: Bryce Benko, Peyton Boyer, Layla Brewer, Austin Brumley, Con Kai, Abril Carrillo, Addie Clemens, Anna Doe, Jackson Durham, Enzo Fernandez, Jackson Fisher, Ethan Glowney, Lucas Gudaitis, Paul Haney, Caden Hedrick, Isaac High, Esther Kitamura, Nico Kostenko, Liza Lee, Kay Maida, Mitchell Mesh, Ashlyn Mines, Grace Monahan, Ellie Parks, Gael Perez, Gabriel Presley, Ulysses Quezada, Cainsley Reeves, Zoe Ruiz, Danny Sanders, Andrew Schaefer, Marlena Shotwell, Emily Skousen, Rebecca Skousen, Presley Sloan, Cassidy Smith, Brandon Stewart, and last but not least, Christopher Willis. Ladies and gentlemen, these are our state solo and ensemble participants.
All right. Y'all stay put, and we're going to come down there and get a picture with you. We don't want to have to do that herding thing again. All right. Our next recognition, we'll hear from Coach Matthew Dean and Coach Sonia Farrell-Fouch regarding our Lake Dallas High School baseball and softball season success. Where are they? Oh, they're out there? Well, they've been announced, so. Ta-da. Hey. Good. That's fine.
Yep, I think you're right on either side of the podium. Either side of the podium. And Terry's getting y'all in trouble. Of course Terry is. Yes. Sort of. I got it. All right.
Is baseball coming?
Oh, great. They've been very serious today. I'm excited. It doesn't matter. That's fine.
I don't know. It was kind of a letdown, wasn't it?
Boys. No, he can wait. You're fine. Huh? Oh, you want to stand on that side, or are you good? We'll take turns. Oh, well, sure. I mean, whoever's is first, we can just go. I think it's us. All right, good? All right. This is I'm Sonia Fouch. I'm the head softball coach. It's our Falcon softball for 2025. So some team success we had. It was our first playoff appearance since 2016. By district champions, first time since 2016 as well. We were overall 17-11 this year. We placed third in district. We had 8 all-district selections, and we have 2 collegiate signees, Alicia and Zoe Christensen. Alicia's going to Illinois College, and Zoe's going to McPherson. I know. Going back as far as I could, I tried to look through some program records that we set this year with our successful season. We had a new home run record with 21 home runs, new overall batting average of 357, fielding percentage of 934, and a new stolen base records of 57 stolen bases this year. Then it's all just thanks to their hard work. They work hard day in and day out, and I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
This is next?
This next.
Yeah. All right.
That was my last picture. Sorry, I forgot.
My name is Matt Dean, first-year head coach here. First off, I want to thank you guys for having us. Want to thank Dr. Brown, the board, Ms. Avellino for all the support that we have as a program. So thank you guys for that. When I got the job in October, I had a plan of what I wanted to do, and these guys bought in, and all the credit goes to them. And they worked their tails off, and it's been a fun ride. So first playoff appearance since 2021. Increased all offensive production in all categories. 928 fielding percentage, 1 collegiate signee, Ryder Scheibelhut. Going to Southern Nazarene University, and then 8 all-district selections. So that's the most all-district selections since being a head coach. So first-year head coach, by the way. So just want to thank these guys for all the hard work that they've put in, and hopefully we'll be back next year. So thank you.
All right. We're going to get everybody up to the front up here, and we're going to get pictures with y'all. Yeah, we can do softball first. All right. Okay. All right. So our next recognition will be our Lake Dallas High School golf success. And against my better judgment, we're going to hear from Coach Kaishak. How's it going?
We'll start like that, huh? All right.
Well, Coach Ed's not here tonight, so.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Y'all come on both sides. Yeah, boys and girls, as it always is. Oh, it's okay. You're right. Oh, getting already nagged, man. I got. All right. Hello. Just want to give you the board here a little update on the success that our varsity golf team has had this past season, and hopefully these young men and women are going to build on the future for our team and set a good foundation for us as we move on. Quickly, just want to talk about a little bit of the success we have here. We've got our second place girls team in regional qualifiers. Most of the young ladies are here today. We have Savannah. We have Kari Webb. She was at LPG. Kari Perez, Rhea Rosa, and Maggie Farmer. They did very, very well at regionals. Just want to, as a team, these young ladies also were playing the second day at regionals with an actual outside chance of making it to state. So it was nice to, it was very, very much an accomplishment for them. These are some of the all-district players we had for our new district. And Marissa Hughes, who finished 8th and second team all-district, she couldn't join us tonight because of the senior picnic. That's right. And Savannah here, 4th place, first team all-district. Very, very proud of her. Both of these young ladies were 4-year members, and it was an excellent way for them to end their high school careers. This is our young men who've played for the district this year. We got 3rd place, very, very close to go advancing as well. We have Carter Luttrell. We have Kanan Collins, Gavin Novak, and Jackson Clark. All of these young men did a great job. All of these young men are coming back next year, so we should have a much stronger team. We had our Gavin Novak, our sophomore here, is our individual District 9A 4A champ. It's been a while since we've had an individual champ, but he's our 4th or 5th champion we've had at Lake Dallas in the last 25 years, which is nice, and I expect him to successfully defend for the next 2 years. No pressure. All right. Another thing that the young ladies really enjoyed when we were making this slideshow, they really enjoyed the fact this was their favorite tournament. And it's also an example, and it kills 2 birds with 1 stone because it's an example of how we give back to the community and how a lot of the tournaments we go to are actually philanthropic in the sense that the money goes to a scholarship. In fact, I'm the host of a North Texas High School Golf Coaches Association scholarship tournament, which these children have participated in before, but we also go for the young ladies. They really enjoy this one. It's a fun format. It's a good day. They get to play, and rarely do you get to play together as a team. So it's a scramble, but it's a competitive scramble. And they like the fact that we can buy pink shirts. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's see. Here's Savannah Carter. She's one of our seniors that is leaving. We're really going to miss her. She's been an awesome team leader, and because Marissa's not here, yes, you are my favorite. Marissa Hughes, also one of our seniors, 4-year seniors. These 2 young ladies, like I said, they've been rocks for these young ladies that are coming up and setting up a good example and foundation for girls golf in the future. Another young man that couldn't be here today, Griffin Humphreys. He's feeling a little under the weather. He finished 8th place, second team all-district. Kanan Collins, another junior. As I said, we don't have any senior boys or coming back as far as our varsity is concerned. So next year we are looking really, we're expecting big things from these guys. Young man named Jackson Clark here to my right. It's just a sophomore. He's probably one of the most rapidly developing players we have on our team. Looking for good things from him as well. Kari Perez, another sophomore, all-district honorable mention. Leah Rosa over here on my left. And Maggie Farmer as well rounded out a girls team that stayed committed all year for me. which was important because how many girls did we have this year? How many girls on the team? There you go. All right. And a little special recognition for some others that were really instrumental in helping us round out a good varsity season this year. And I just wanted to put them in there, even though they may not have played in that top five. All right. I'm done.
Congratulations. Okay, here's how this is going to work. We're going to get pictures with y'all right quick,
All right.
and then we're going to go back and do the art recognition photos too. We'll get that knocked out, and then we'll hit our last recognition. All right?
All right. Smile big, Jimmy.
Now we'll be pleased to hear from Molly Avelino, our Lake Dallas High School principal, who will present our Lake Dallas High School class of 2025 top 10 graduates.
Good evening, Dr. Brown, President Stacy, and members of the board. It is both a privilege and a pleasure to stand before you tonight to recognize and celebrate the exceptional achievements of the top 10 graduates of Lake Dallas High School, class of 2025. These students represent our highest standards of academic excellence, dedication, and character. Through years of hard work, perseverance, and commitment to learning, they have distinguished themselves not only in the classroom, but also as leaders, role models, and contributors to our school community. As we introduce and honor each of these remarkable young individuals, we also extend our gratitude to the families, teachers, and staff who have supported them along the way. This moment belongs to all of you as well. Okay, I'd like to welcome to the podium Amelia Banyaga, our class of 2025 valedictorian. Y'all have to be patient with these seniors. We've had them at the school all day, and then they had a picnic, and she's still here looking glamorous. All right, Amelia is a standout student at Lake Dallas High School, known for her academic excellence, leadership, and school spirit. She has completed a demanding course load, including AP Chemistry, Physics, Calculus, AP Drawing, and many more, along with over 30 hours of college credit through North Central Texas College in subjects like art appreciation, psychology, and the dreaded college algebra. Balancing school and part-time work at Mike's Bakery, Amelia brings creativity to both academics and her job. She's also a dedicated member of the varsity cheerleading team and actively involved in numerous clubs and organizations, including Student Council President, National Honor Society Vice President, class officers, Math and Science Club Vice President, and many, many more. You guys will be seeing a lot of her Tuesday night, Wednesday night. Her ability to manage rigorous academics, work, leadership roles, and her extracurricular activities while energizing the crowds across campus as a cheerleader reflects her exceptional commitment and her Falcon pride. This fall, Amelia will attend the University of Texas at Austin to study architectural engineering. Amelia, again, I am honored to recognize you as a class of 2025 valedictorian. Okay, slide over here. Don't wander off. We'll have a picture afterward. All right. Oops. I'd like to introduce our salutatorian, Jiwon Kim. Over the past 4 years, Jiwon has exemplified the 4 pillars of Lake Dallas High School: safety, ownership, achievement, and respect. A dedicated student and active member of both the STEM club and the football team, his leadership and work ethic have earned him the name from his peers and coaches, Coach Kim. As a National Honor Society member since junior year, Jiwon has completed over 100 hours of community service, including leading youth every summer at Vacation Bible School. Academically, he has pursued a rigorous path in computer science, completing multiple honors, AP, and dual credit courses, and over 20 college hours in total so far, right? Okay. He has also earned a certification in machine learning with Python on his own, underscoring his passion for the field. This fall, Jiwon will attend the University of Texas at Austin as well to continue his studies in computer science with a focus on machine learning. I'm proud to recognize Jiwon as the salutatorian of the class of 2025. Thank you. Congratulations. Slide over here. I think most of our top 10 are here, but some of them may be outside. Did Jaden make it in? All right, Jaden Abraham will be attending the University of Texas at Austin and majoring in aerospace engineering. Adina Clemens. Hello again. Adina will be attending Valley Creek College and intends to directly pursue an Associate of the Arts with her future career so far undecided. Congratulations. Hannah Davis. Hannah will be looking forward to attending Texas A&M College Station and majoring in ecology and conservation biology with her future career path also undecided yet. Congratulations. Devraj Dada. And Devraj had let me know he had a conflict this evening, but Devraj is looking forward to attending the University of North Texas and majoring in construction management with future career goals in construction management with a side of entrepreneurism. Ray Maida. It's you. It is you. Just in a different outfit, right? Ray wanted to wear that UT shirt tonight. Okay. All right. Ray will also be attending the University of Texas at Austin, majoring in mechanical engineering with his future career definitely on the engineering path. Congratulations, Ray. Emerson Melgaris. I tease Emerson, he outdresses me everywhere he goes. Emerson's looking forward to starting out at Dallas College, majoring in emergency medicine and services. His future career will be to continue his path that he started at Lake Dallas High School as a firefighter paramedic. Congratulations. Rebecca Skousen. You've seen Rebecca already, moonlighting in the band, so she'll be recognized in multiple activities. Rebecca plans on attending Brigham Young University, majoring in music and math with her future career teaching music and math. Okay, congratulations. And Kelsey couldn't join us tonight, but Kelsey is looking forward to attending Loyola Marymount University and majoring in film and TV production with her future career hopes to be a film director or cinematographer. So, trustees, thank you and congratulations to the Lake Dallas High School top 10 of the class of 2025. We are going to take a picture. So once they get organized, we'll get organized. If you're tall,
All right, we're going to move out of order for just a moment. We're going to have our Executive Director of HR, Carl Landrum, introduce us to a couple of new Falcon folks. Falcon folks. Gotta be careful.
Good evening, President Stacy, Dr. Brown, and Board. It's my honor to introduce the newest members of the Lake Dallas ISD administrative team, Mr. John Laubacher, Assistant Principal of Shady Shores Elementary School, and Dr. Colleen Grindle, Principal of Lake Dallas High School. First up is Mr. John Laubacher. Many of you already know John. He is a Lake Dallas High School alumnus. He was also a teacher and coach at Lake Dallas Middle School from 2018 to 2022. where he taught 6th grade social studies, math, and science, and 8th grade business information management. While at the middle school, he also coached football, track, cross country, and basketball. He then moved on to Flower Mound High School, where he has taught money matters, lead-worthy business management, and held various coaching assignments, including head JV football coach, varsity assistant offensive line coach, and JV soccer coach. John received his bachelor's degree in middle school math and science from Henderson State University and his master's degree in educational leadership also from Henderson State University. We are thrilled to have Mr. Laubacher join our administrative team, so please help me give a big welcome back Falcon to Mr. John Laubacher. Next, I'd like to introduce Dr. Colleen Grindle. Dr. Grindle began her teaching career in 2006 as a 7th grade English teacher and coach in Denton ISD. The next year, she moved into the role of speech communications teacher and coach at Geyer High School. She was appointed assistant principal at Harpool Middle School from 2013 to 2016, then assistant principal at Geyer High School from 2016 to 2018. In 2018, she became the 9th grade house principal and later the associate principal at the same campus until she was named principal of Harpool Middle School in 2022. Dr. Grindle received her BA in speech communication with education emphasis from Stephen F. Austin State University, her Master of Arts in Education Administration from Lamar University, and her Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership from the University of North Texas. Lake Dallas High School will be the benefactor of Dr. Grindle's experience, and I ask you to please join me in welcoming Dr. Colleen Grindle to the Falcon family.
I hope you know what you're in for with us. Think you have an idea, right?
She's already met Scotty Barrett, so it's all right.
Yeah. I guess this is your family down here?
Yes, this is my husband Jeff, my son Camden, and my daughter Carly.
All right, good to meet you guys. Yeah. All right, our last recognition, we're going to go back into recognitions, are May Teachers and Employees of the Month. Dr. Brown.
Yes, sir. We honored our May Teachers Employees of the Month a few weeks ago, and when we go into executive session, that video will play.
All right, speaking of executive session, the open session of the meeting will adjourn and the Board of Trustees will reconvene in executive session pursuant to one or more of the sections of the Texas Open Meetings Act, Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code. The Board of Trustees will reconvene in an open session to take any final action, decision, or vote on a matter deliberated in executive session, and it is 6:38.
You're welcome to hang out with us if you don't have anything better to do than stay for a board meeting. Congratulations. Boy or girl?
right, it is 7:35. We are back in regular session. Our next item is public comment, and we have nobody here, so we have nobody signed up, or nobody signed up and nobody here. So we'll move on to our next items, which are information items, the first of which is the 2025-2026 budget update. We'll hear from Ann Hahn, our CFO. Hi, CFO Ann Hahn. Will you push that button on your, is it blue?
Now can you hear me? Yes. Perfect, okay. As I was saying, tonight we're going to give a broad overview of our 25-26 school year budget. So kind of just to have a budget calendar of our upcoming meetings. Tonight's, again, just our first overview. Then hopefully we'll be able to dive a little more into it at the next workshop on June 2nd. And then at our June 16th meeting, we will hopefully maybe bring to you a compensation plan in addition to campus and department budgets. And then at our July 21st meeting, another budget update, which will bring to you our 3 adopted funds that are required for your approval: general fund, food service, and debt service. Then hopefully by July 25th, sooner would be nice, but that's the last day that we can get our certified values from the appraisal district. So hopefully we will have our certified tax values by the 25th. And then on August 11th, we can give you a final budget update before bringing it back to you August 25th with our public hearing to adopt the budget and the tax rate. As you've heard before, state funding follows the student. The Foundation School Program establishes how much state funding school districts are entitled to receive. The calculation consists of the following: district characteristics, student characteristics, the number of students in attendance or the average daily attendance, number of students in actual enrollment, and the number of the full-time equivalent students, and then also the tax effort. It's also a balancing act, though, because local share versus state share. So as our property values, or the taxes that we receive from our property values, increase, we will receive less state revenue because it's an equal dollar per dollar. So as long as our property values are going up and taxes are increasing, we receive less funding from the state. And since a big part of that is following the student, I kind of wanted to do an overview of enrollment and where we have been since 2022 and where we kind of anticipate it to be for next year. As you can see, for 22-23 year, we had a total of 3,900 students. That decreased by 89 students for the 23-24 year, where we ended at 3,811. Oh, let me say these are actually PEMS. So these are snapshot numbers that were taken in October of each year at our snapshot date. And so at snapshot for 24-25, we were at 3,717 students. And current numbers as of last Friday, May 16th, we were down 9 students for a total of 3,708 students. Doing a projection for the 25-26 year, not factoring in pre-K 3, we're anticipating enrollment to continue to decline, currently looking at 3,613 students. We did have a large graduating class. This 12th grade class that's graduating consisted of 335 students, so that was a rather large class that we're leaving. Unsure about kindergarten. I kept kindergarten numbers the same as current enrollment, and so we'll know a little further as more students get enrolled in kindergarten and also our pre-K programs, and so we'll be able to come back to you hopefully with an increased enrollment projection, but as it stands today, that's kind of what we're looking at. In regards to the budget, since it is a legislative session and nothing has been decided yet, there's a lot of unknowns, but one thing that we did want to touch base on tonight is just our required spends. So basically these are areas that we can't cut costs because they're determined for us, and these are costs that the district will incur regardless of staffing, student count. These are just a constant cost that we have year to year. So if you look at 22 to 23, or the 22-23 year, we were a little over $2 million. That increased slightly for the 23-24 year. Then in the 24-25, there was a big jump, mainly in our property insurance. We saw a big increase in our property insurance from the 23-24 year to this year. And then also, you can just see utilities slightly increases every year. For the projected 25-26, again, these are just all projected numbers. We have not got the Denton County Appraisal District number. That number is based on last year's certified tax values, so that could change slightly once we get our certified values for this year in July. Not anticipating a big increase in property insurance like we saw for this year, but probably a slight increase. And then also an increase in utilities. We will have a new CTE building opening up this year, and so we anticipate, increased utilities with that building. So an increase over the 4 years is almost at a $700,000 increase. Percentage-wise, since 22-23, that's over 33%. And we currently adopted a deficit budget for this year of $357,444. Again, legislative session. And so the Senate committee substitute to House Bill 2 has recently came out, and that would bring about an $8 billion increase in funding for public ed in the state of Texas. When we look at the numbers of what that would generate for Lake Dallas ISD, it's an overall increase of $3,171,072. And within that is a new allotment that they're titling Teacher Retention Allotment, and that would generate around $2.2 million for the district, but again, that would go to specific raises for teachers as it's worded currently in the bill. And then there's also additional funding for specific program areas, but a lot of those have a required purpose, meaning that it's additional funding that, since it's for a required purpose, we can't spend it in other areas, because special ed, bilingual, career and tech, those will all be additional dollars, but will be required to spend them within those certain areas. So it's not additional funding that we'll have to use for anything else. So that leaves us with about $539,000 remaining. But what hasn't been factored in is any fringe benefits that will come along with the added teacher retention allotment. So that's just things the district pays for on the benefits side, health insurance, percentages, TRS, a lot of the things that the district will pay for, that's not factored in. And so if you take that out and then also take out the added $209,000 increase in our required spend, it's not leaving us a lot of money. So that would really leave us new available funds of negative $6,135. And so for June, we're hoping there will be some new guidance and possibly something will pass that we can come back to you and be able to provide general fund revenue, which, a reminder, new revenue is tied to growth. And then again, we'll also be bringing you the campus budgets, the department budgets, and the compensation plan. And with that, are there any questions?
Thank you. Is there any questions or comments from the board? No, ma'am. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next information item is our Lake Dallas ISD CCMR update, and we'll hear from Dr. Kelly O'Sullivan, Deputy Superintendent.
Good evening, Dr. Brown, President Stacy, and school board members. It's good to see you. We are going to present an update tonight on our college and career military readiness. We have had a lot of focused work in this area over this year and in last year as well. And so a little bit of a review of what constitutes college, career, and military readiness. There is the side that is college and the college readiness, are the Texas Success Initiative, and that's comprised of SAT, ACT, the TSIA-2, and college prep course. And then we also have AP tests and dual credit. And then on the career readiness, those indicators included in that are the industry-based certifications, level 1, level 2 certifications, the IEP and workforce readiness, and those are a limited number of our special education students who qualify for those indicators, and then our students who enlist in the military. And so I thought it'd be helpful to look at just some of the changes in CCMR requirements as they are also aligned with CTE, because we know CTE that offers the industry-based certifications are tied to our CCMR. So these are some changes that have just occurred recently, plus our current standard, and then what's coming up next year. So it's always changing. So prior to 2023, 60% of our graduates were required to meet their college, career, and military readiness indicator in order for the campus to receive an A rating. After 2020, as of 2023, that standard changed to 88%, from 60 to 88%. Going into 2024, we're still with the 88%, and now some changes to the IBC program. It had to be part of an aligned program of study, which we have done a tremendous amount of work ensuring that all programs of study are aligned and they lead to an industry-based certification. In addition, one course, level 2 or higher, must be taken, and then at least 2 credits within the same program of study. 2025, again, all those stayed in place, and 2025 layers on top of it. So 2025, the IBC, the aligned program of study, level 2 or higher course, and now 2 or more courses for at least 2 or more credits in the same program of study. And then looking into 2026, all of those things that we just covered, in addition to that last piece that says 3 or more courses for at least 4 or more credits, including 1 level 3 or 4 course in the same program of study. So a student must meet all of that criteria in order to be eligible to take an industry-based certification to receive their college and career military readiness. So if we divide out the college ready from the career ready for just a minute, and we look back historically, remembering that this is a lagging indicator. So our 23 graduates reported in 24, our 24 graduates are to be reported in 25, and our current graduates in 25 should be reporting out in 26. And so looking at 23 and 24, overall college readiness compared that 39 to 62%. So our 24 graduates greatly improved in that college readiness indicator, and then delineated that out between dual credit, AP, we saw an increase in SAT. The college prep course, we work with Texas College Bridge, and we began with our juniors and seniors. The high school did a tremendous job of that approach, and they had juniors and seniors participating in that college preparatory course. Starting next year, TEA has said only seniors can participate in that course, so our juniors can no longer. They could, as of this year, if they were enrolled in it, but only seniors, it will count for seniors only. And then the TSIA-2 is a college readiness exam, and so a slight increase in that as well. These are projections based on, we looked at our 23 and 24, which were 39 and 62, met college readiness, and looking at our current seniors for 25, we're projecting 81% to meet the college readiness standard. And please understand those are projections because included in that are AP exams. An AP exam window just closed last week. Also, students, believe it or not, although it is Monday before graduation, students are still completing that college prep class, and they're doing some of those last minute things to make sure all of that is completed. And we also have some students that take the TSIA-2, that college readiness exam, on college campuses other than taking it at Lake Dallas High School. They may go to UNT or NCTC and take that, so that would be reported back to us. So a significant increase from our 23 graduates to our 25 graduates. But we will see that in 2026 accountability. Looking over on the other side of CCMR to the career readiness path, the industry-based certifications in 23, about 9% or about 25 students completed IBCs. Last year, our 2024 graduates, we had about 18%, which equated to 52 students. I did not put the 25 graduates on here because there's such a number that either you're required to be 18 before you can complete it, or they're still taking it, and there's just other that the projection right now is 22% or at 72, but that's just until we finish out the year in the summer and we go through everybody turning 18 and meeting such as our farm tech kids and our educational aid students. And then our IEP and workforce, that is really limited to a small group of students who qualify for that indicator. So our CCMR projections, so this is the college ready and the career ready combined. From 2023 graduates at 48% that were reported out in 24, to our 24 graduates, approximately 76%. That should be reported out in 2025. We are projecting right now 94% for our current graduates at our 25 graduates. Again, with some of those outliers in that data not yet having taken place or been completed. In addition, for the military component of it, in the past, the DD Form 4, we collected those, we hunted it down, we called, we worked with the military, we worked with the students, their parents to collect those forms. Starting for 26 accountability, which is our 25 students, our graduates this year, we're going to depend on the Department of Defense. So we do not have to solely depend on that DD4 form anymore. It was quite challenging to collect those forms timely and to meet that window. So we're looking forward to that partnership. So looking at continuous improvement and how it has improved just over the past 2 years and going into next year, an increase in the industry-based certification choices. We've gone from 3 industry-based certification choices to 25. We had the animal science, we had welding, and we had farm tech. And I added just a sample of some of the IBCs. Some of them are our more popular ones, and the newer ones such as social media marketing. The certified personal trainer is a new one. Food safety is becoming popular. And then our tried and true welding is still very popular. Animal science, farm tech. One of the more difficult ones, the mechanical design SolidWorks, that is a difficult IBC, and we have students being highly successful obtaining that certification. And so that is exciting. And then also about continuous improvement is that systematic approach. With the alignment between middle school and high school, offering not only an expanded program of CTE at middle school, but also making sure that alignment is possible. It's in place. Offering that TSI, that college readiness test, to our 8th graders so they have the opportunity to take that exam. And making sure our 8th graders know about dual credit classes and that they are prepared for that, and we can walk side by side with them and their parents as they enroll in dual credit. And then just program alignment overall, ensuring that every program of study is aligned and goes down the pathway not only to an IBC, but also wherever dual credit may fit into that, because we want students having both sides of that whenever it's possible. The 4-year graduation plan, our counselors work with students on creating that 4-year graduation plan, but it's not just put in a folder and put to the side, really sitting down and working with them, calling them in, meeting with them, making sure they stay in that program of study, and if there's something else they want to try, is there another course within that program that they would like to go try? That ensures that they reach those higher level courses that will allow them to take the certification tests. And then the CCMR progress monitoring system that has been put in place. That systematic approach to ensuring every single student has a path to CCMR and multiple paths. And then somebody overseeing that and delegating that throughout the roles and responsibilities. We have the counselors, we have the administrators, we have our CT advisor, all looking over that system and collaborating and working together with the C&I department to make sure that students move through that seamlessly. And then just the extended opportunities and thinking differently. So proud of what the high school has come together and has offered from the Texas College Bridge systematic approach to ensuring everybody has that opportunity, but also the college test prep and test taking throughout the year. So they've actually increased the number of times that students can take the TSIA-2. A number of staff members and administrators have become proctors for that test at the high school. And I think now they are offering it 6 to 7 times a year, whereas before it was maybe 3, maybe 4, but usually just 3 times a year. And also at the middle school. And then the industry-based certification, the preparation that's going into that now. So students see, oh, that's a 4-hour exam, or that exam has multi-steps to it. It's going to be taken over a series of days. And so teachers becoming more familiar with the certification test that their students are taking, and the students having an opportunity to practice that. And so we just really have to give the praise and the gratefulness to the high school team, Ms. Avellino, Mr. Gomez, Ms. Canales, for their systematic approach in driving this and that commitment to ensuring that every student walks that path and has their CCMR met. Any questions?
Thank you, ma'am. Is there any questions or comments from the board?
I do.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, yes, first of all, I just want to reiterate, huge thank you to the high school staff bringing us from 48% to projected, 90-something percent?
94.
That's amazing. So I appreciate all the work that they've been doing on, I still keep trying to understand this. So to get the CCMR point, they only have to have 1 point. It takes anytime they're in their 4 years to get it, right? So the industry-based certification, when you were going over that slide, it seems like they've increased the difficulty to get the IBC
Yes.
point, right?
Increase the steps.
The steps.
To be able to be eligible to take that IBC, yes.
And more coursework, it sounds like, correct?
More coursework, more advanced coursework,
Okay.
and aligned focused coursework within that program of study. So we're not going to lane jump
Okay.
from one program of study to another and then take an IBC for something maybe I only took 1 or 2 courses in,
Right.
not fully prepared. So it ensures that focused work in a program of study and then that preparedness by taking an advanced level course.
Right, and does that help them pass the goal is to help them
Yes.
pass the certification
For them to be
test?
more prepared, yes.
Okay, and they have to pass the test to receive that point, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then, but they could also get a point by taking just the TSI test, right? Or the TSIA. Is there 2 different tests, or is it the same?
TSIA is the test. There was a TSIA,
Okay.
and now it's TSIA-2.
Okay.
And so they can take that test and receive it. They can also take the Texas College Bridge. It's an online
Right.
program, and they can take that as well for that point.
But if they take that TSIA test in 8th grade, does that count for their CCMR point in high school?
It does. It stays good for 5 years
Okay.
for their college entrance.
Okay. And then just for my curiosity, on the industry-based certifications that you have all those tests that we're taking, could we at some point get a report of how many kids we have passing all those? That would be kind of exciting to see, just personally for me.
Yes.
Like who all has passed this certification, how many kids we have passing all these?
The specific certifications?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think that would be nice to see.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all.
All right. That's all we got. We'll move on to our next item, which is Lake Dallas ISD Facilities Plan Update, and we'll hear from John Modica, our Chief Operations Officer.
Good evening, Dr. Brown. Good evening, Board. So yes, we've had multiple conversations about our facilities, the maintenance, and what it takes to maintain those facilities, and even some proactive some measures or upgrades we can make to systems to make us more efficient. We've talked about HVAC, heating and air, more economical flooring, and even some upgrades to our electrical, mechanical, and plumbing systems, again, to make us more efficient. So in an effort to ensure we're being good stewards of our maintenance and operation funds and making the most efficient and beneficial decisions for our students and staff, we're currently developing a long-range facilities plan. So tonight, we wanted to show you the platform we'll be using to accomplish that task. I'm ready when you are, Mr. Hamilton. So we partner with Bell4, and they've turned us on to this software program called Matterport. So that's what I really wanted to show you guys tonight. Of all our buildings and facilities within the district. And we came across this by partnering with Bell4, a restoration company. And so I'll show you, we've done this with every building within our district, and we're going to show you tonight the central services building where we're at now. So you can see here, this is a layout of the building. It'd be a 2D image, but if you click anywhere in the building, you can actually come into it, and now you get 3D imaging of the building itself. We took these images about 18 months ago, maybe 2 years ago, and you can see this is what it looked like when we took that imaging. And again, this was primarily done for insurance reasons, because if there is ever damage to this room, fire, water, electrical, whatever it may be, you could really sit down with the insurance company and show the assets before and after the damage was done. And you can make any claims needed, especially when it comes to technology or any devices in the room, because you have a good image and detail of what was in the room before the damage. There's also a lot more you can do within this program, which is why we want to show you this tonight. So again, this is for any building within our district, and you can actually tag anything within the building. So here in our central services building, I tagged this AED. So you can see I've labeled it as an AED. There's also a bleed kit and an Arcan pack in there as well. And you can add whatever details you want. So here I've said that it was last inspected in February of this year. So again, very powerful, especially if it's the SRO or campus administration on campus. They would have access to this and they would see these tags within the building. We can also come down here and I'll show you our utility closet. I've labeled some other tags. So who exactly would have access to this? For now, we're thinking our facility staff, as far as our maintenance and operations, campus principals, campus administration, and even our technology team, because then they could also tag some of their assets. So within this closet here, utility closet essential, you can see I've tagged a roof access. Also, we've tagged this water heater here. And all I've done is uploaded a photo of the model tag number there. So you have all this detail right at your fingertips. You can see that it was installed in March of this year. The other great thing about this software, this program, is we can upload or link other artifacts. So we could actually link the warranty for this water heater. We could link the next time we need to inspect it or drain it. We could also put in just where we bought it, the information from the vendor we bought it from. Here to the right, there's another tag. This is HVAC control systems. So I've labeled in there actually the vendor we use for this building, the contact information. If we step into the closet, there's actually another set of sensory control systems for our HVAC, and that's another product and another vendor. So here we have Honeywell, which is the product, and then the vendor that we use for the sensory control system for HVAC. So again, very beneficial for maintenance facilities, but again, even our campus administration. So you can imagine there's an outside scan of the building as well. So we can even tag shut-off valves as far as gas, water, electric. Again, very powerful. So if an event ever came up where there's an emergency or an operational facilities emergency, campus admin, any campus staff that needed it would have quick access to this information, because there's actually an inventory list and they can go to emergency management see the shutoffs, and if they click water shutoff, it brings them exactly to where it is in the building and gives them a 3D image so they know exactly what they're looking for, whether it be for campus administration or even our facilities. And again, the best part about this platform is that we can actually, again, like I said, tag those artifacts, warranty, inspection dates, anything that we think is useful and beneficial for our team to know, we can tag it to that asset. And again, this would be for facilities, campus, and even technology. So they can come in and tag as detailed things, even as our electrical outlets, network drops, or even IDFs or MDF closets or access points. Just about anything in the system we want to tag, we can do that. So again, that was just a brief overview of that software system, Matterport. Like I said, we're in the process of tagging thousands of artifacts in the building, now going through archives to find blueprints, as-builds, warranties for things, so that it'll all be in this one software unit that we can, again, give permissions to, right? So facilities guys would just have access to what they need to, whereas campus admin or SROs would have access to all and everything, right? Because it comes to emergency management as well as maintaining the building. So we're excited about this. We wanted to show this to you. I think I already know a question already. Yes, as soon as the CTE building is done, we will go in and do that exact same software. So we'll have that layout of that building and again, be able to go in and tag everything. But with that, I will happily take any questions you may have.
I do have a question regarding access to outside entities. Is this only internally? Like, let's say TDI, if you wanted to give them access so they could go through and check their stuff.
And we can limit access. What we're currently doing right now is we're going to integrate Incident IQ, which is our work order system. And we plan on all our vendors using that. So TDI is a great example, HVAC, because they manage our HVAC systems. They would go in and we would inventory everything and tag everything, but when they come in and do a work order, then we'll know actually exactly when the filter was placed, when the coil was last replaced, and who the warranty is through. And we can integrate those systems. So that way when David or I need to go in there, or our maintenance guy, they can actually just with one click on that asset, it brings them to Insight Q, and then they have the inventory for that item. So we'll probably let them live in the Incident IQ, and we'll live in this system, because it has a lot more information than they would do.
Yeah, okay. So they can live on one side of it. And
yes, sir. But
right.
they would integrate.
Very nice.
Thanks to Jerry.
There you go. So he does have a lot of purpose, right?
more than you want to know.
Not just the pretty face behind all
right.
the presentation series. Anybody else have any questions? And if not, then we'll move on to our next item. Thank you, sir. Our next item are our consent agenda items. Those are those routine. We don't have any consent agenda items. Do we? Yeah, we do? They're just not listed on here. Okay, my bad. Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
Usually I see it on here and I'm like, wait a minute. Thanks. Wow. Okay, consent agenda. If there's those routine items that can be handled in one motion, do I have any questions or comments regarding the consent agenda? If not, I will entertain a motion on consent.
I move to approve.
Motion to approve by Mr. Smith. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Appleby. Thank you. Is there any further discussion? If not, all those in favor of approval, please indicate. And that passes unanimous. All right, we'll move on to our action items. The first of which is consideration and approval of a resolution regarding good cause exception to the House Bill 3 requirement for armed security on every campus. Dr. Brown.
Yes, sir. This evening, you have attached the good cause exception. We're seeking approval. This is the same exception that you guys approved last year about the same time. It is updated to reflect that we do have our own school district police department, and that the MOU will still stay in place for all of our local PD for assistance as needed, and it aligns to our safety security plan.
All right. Is there any questions or comments for Dr. Brown? If not, I'll entertain a motion. Motion to approve by Mr. Tucker. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
And second by Mr. Baird. Is there any further discussion? If not, all those in favor of approval, please indicate. And that is unanimous pass. Thank you. Our next item is consideration approval of pre-kindergarten partnerships We'll hear from Dr. Kelly O'Sullivan, our Deputy Superintendent.
Hello again. So tonight we are seeking your approval to establish pre-K partnerships within Lake Dallas ISD with private child care centers. And so looking at pre-K partnerships overall, we've had an ongoing conversation and communication with Texas Workforce, with you as a board through workshops about the benefits of these pre-K partnerships, and that it is a collaboration, a true collaboration between public school districts and private child care providers. And it expands that access to high quality early childhood education, and it helps us reach more students and families earlier in that learning process as they are becoming learners. And so we get to work with the parents, the centers, and the students. And then supports readiness and academic foundations for young learners, and really readiness skills not only in math and in reading, but also social interactions and behavior, and building that confidence and that independence as a learner. And then looking at the funding for these partnerships, it is based on attendance. And so state funding is based on our ADA at $3,900 per student annually at 100% attendance. So we notice that is a difference than regular funding. For students, pre-K is at $3,900. Child care providers are funded according to attendance as well. So not only us, but our partnerships. The school districts are funded at the $3,900 based on 100% attendance, and the child care providers would receive 50% of that based on attendance of the students, and those payments are made to our daycare partners. They would be made quarterly by the district. Looking at the curriculum and the instruction support for our pre-K partners and for the students, we would provide TEKS-aligned curriculum to all pre-K partners. We currently use CLI, that's Children's Learning Institute, as our pre-K curriculum, and we would continue to do so, as would our pre-K partnerships. And that is approved curriculum through TEA. This ensures instructional consistency and quality. Again, our teachers are very familiar with it, and the pre-K partnerships would be able to implement this curriculum with our support and professional development. And then as a partner, they would engage in collaborative planning with us, with district staff. We would invite them to professional development, to trainings, go out, provide observation, consult, and make sure that they are set up for success, as are their students as well, because they are our Falcons as well in the pre-K partnerships. Teacher requirements. The teachers will be employed by the daycare provider. They are not Lake Dallas ISD employees. For pre-K 3, we always want to recruit highly qualified teachers. And also, our District of Innovation Plan provides that flexibility to hire for the daycare providers to hire pre-K 3 teachers based on their degree or their certificates or their experience and their training. And then pre-K 4 teachers, they must meet that state high quality teaching expectation. Again, that is met through early childhood degrees or early childhood certifications as well. The student assessment and state reporting. So this is a requirement of students to be progress monitored throughout the year. 3- and 4-year-olds have different levels of monitoring that is required for them. And this is also through the CLI, that Children's Learning Institute curriculum. They provide the assessments for us that we do beginning, and we do a middle of the year as well, but really the beginning and the end of the year are the major assessment times. That assessment data, whatever assessment data that we take through CLI, we do submit that to TEA. and then that supports our accountability and program improvement. TA provides feedback and support to us based on that data that they receive on our pre-K programming. And then earlier, I just mentioned about the professional development as a part of this partnership. We're very excited about this. As district partners, they will, our daycare provider partnerships will be invited to our beginning of the year training, anything that is specifically for our pre-K teachers, as well as for pre-K parent events. So we want to remember them as well. Not only beginning of the year, but throughout the year, whether it's curriculum, instruction, materials, assessment, also special programming. We want to be able to go out and support them and have them come and join us as well. And then that will promote those consistent expectations and that professional growth that we will see in the achievement of our very littlest Falcons. Any questions about our pre-K partnerships?
Do you have any questions or comments regarding this item?
About how many partnerships are we currently looking at? And
Right now, we are looking at 5 with the potential of 6. We're working with 5, and 1 is still working on their final pieces of their process to be a part of this program. But right now, we have 5.
Okay, thanks.
Dr. O'Sullivan doesn't know this, but we received another request today for 2 more. And so the word is kind of spreading that we're doing this to some of the local child care facilities. And so they're now reaching out through Texas Workforce Commission. So we've told them that we're going to start with our 5 and then get that going, and then we'll start visiting, because we can add throughout the year, but we would be able to just kind of get it functional and then add some in. So I just got that request today.
Nice.
Okay, any other questions or comments? If not, I'll entertain a motion. Motion approved by Mr. Appleby. Do I have a second? And second by Mr. Smith. Is there any further discussion? If not, all those in favor of approval, please indicate. And that is 6 in favor, and Mrs. Collier is not in the room. So that passes. Our next item is consideration and adoption of a resolution approving contingent fee legal services contract, including findings needed for submission of contingent fee legal services agreement and request for expedited review by the Texas Attorney General. They're from John Monica, COO.
Yes, sir. So these actually have the next 2 items, and they both pertain to the matter we discussed in closed last week, the national multi-district litigation that's now being pursued here in Texas. So this first action item is a resolution to join that litigation with the 2 firms representing the Texas school districts. And that is all I have.
Any questions or comments from the board? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Mr. Baird. Do I have a second? A second by Mr. Bartley. Is there any further discussion? If not, all those in favor of approval, please indicate. And that passes unanimous, including Mrs. Collier. Now we'll move on to our next item, which is consideration and adoption of contingent fee legal services agreement with Elon and Bonin PC and O'Hanlon, Demarath and Castillo PC. And we will once again hear from John Monica, COO.
So this action item is actually, again, regards to the same multi-district litigation. And this is a resolution regarding contingent attorney fees for the litigation. And as a reminder, these are contingency fees, so the district at no point will be paying associated fees regarding the litigation, regardless of the outcome. The district would only receive funds if the restoration is paid, which the district would then use towards mental health services for our students. And with that, I will open up to questions.
See, I can't talk until that slide is up. I have to wait for that slide, I've been told. Is there any questions or comments regarding this item? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve.
Motion to approve by Mr. Smith. Do I have a second? And a second by Mr. Tucker. Is there any further discussion? If not, all those in favor of approval, please indicate. And that passes unanimous. Move on to our last action item, which is consideration approval of professional new hires. Dr. Kristen N. Brown, Superintendent, will you please present this item?
Thank you, Mr. Lance Stacy, Board President. We recommend approval as presented in closed session.
Okay, is there any questions or comments on this item? If not, I'll entertain a motion. Motion to approve by Mr. Appleby. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Barrett. Is there any further discussion? If not, all those in favor of approval, please indicate. And that passes unanimous. Thanks once again. We'll move on to our calendar announcements and information items, upcoming meetings and events. Dr. Brown.
Thank you, sir. You have an attached list. Our big grand finale is Wednesday night. You should have a packet. If Melissa didn't get a chance to give you your little green envelope, make sure you get that from her with directions. And then we also have our end-of-year staff celebration on Thursday, and then everybody goes home. Well, almost everybody, except for the rest of us who have to work all summer. But the fun kids go home.
Okay. All right. Well, that concludes our business for the evening, finally, and it is 8:21, and we are adjourned. Thank you.